You doing, Mike? You excited or what?
Excited about what?
Didn't you get my email? Oh, there it is. Why don't you read it? Oh, actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll just let you know what it says. It's so great. You're gonna love it. It says, I invited Henry Gerard here to give a lecture this Friday.
That's great.
You don't even know who he is, do you?
Professor Henry Gerard, author of the definitive text in legal ethics and chair of the department for the last 20 years. Yeah, I know who he is.
And do you also remember what you got in his class?
It's pretty hard to forget an A+.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to forget a grade that never happened. No one gets an A+ in Gerard's class.
Well, no one can recite an entire chapter of his book from memory, but I can, and did.
You never got an A+ because you never took his class.
It's a required class, Louis. Of course I took it.
Not if you never went to Harvard.
Louis, that is insane. I have a transcript from Harvard. I have a degree from Harvard. That's because I...
Wait, let me guess. Because you went to Harvard? See, Mike, here's the situation. I don't believe you. And I don't want to call Gerard up and ask him, because I don't want the world laughing at my firm. But if he doesn't walk up to you on Friday and say, Mike Ross, my beloved student who I remember because he's the only one I ever gave an A+ to, well, then I'm gonna know you're lying. And if you still don't come clean, I'm gonna launch a formal investigation, whether it makes my firm look bad or not.
This is crazy. There is nothing to investigate.
Well, I'd rather risk looking crazy to root out an imposter than to risk letting that imposter poison everything that I stand for. It's over, Mike. I'm on to you. And I'm gonna expose you for the lying piece of filth that you are. Don't forget to rinse your mouth out after you're done throwing up.
I just changed my grade.
You expect me to believe that?
I have always been the smartest kid at every school that I went to. High school, college, the first 2 years of Harvard, I'd get A's without studying. I'd ace every test without going to class. But that third year...
You had to take Gerard.
I could memorize his books, but his tests weren't about his books.
They're about his lectures. Final exam.
And I failed it. I went to his office to beg for a second chance.
It doesn't give second chances.
I had to try.
You wouldn't do it.
He wasn't there. Got to his office, it was empty. His computer is just sitting there, logged into the main system. He's about to submit his grades. I only had a few seconds before he came back, so I decided to save myself.
No, you decided to give yourself an A+.
No, Louis. You might not be able to believe me about anything else ever again. But believe this. You have no idea how much I wish I could do it over again, because this time I would do it right. I would go to every class and I would attend every lecture and I would feast on what that place has to offer like no one ever has.
But you didn't do it right the first time. You cheated. And now you're looking at me to help you get away with it.
No, Louis,
Get out of my sight.
He came to me the night that you asked him to be your associate. I told him to go with you.
Why?
Because he said he had a connection with you that he's never had with Harvey.
He said that?
Yes. Your shared love of the law.
Yeah, I told him that.
I know. And I have the same connection with you.
Rachel, you're asking me to...
Louis, he didn't do this to you. He did it so that he can practice the thing that we all love. And if you don't let it go, he's never going to be able to practice it again.
I'm not the one you did this to.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you did this to Henry Gerard. And it's not my place to let it go for him, which is why you're gonna have to come clean to him.
You said it yourself, Gerard doesn't give second chances.
What he does or doesn't do is up to him. That's his right, Mike, as the person that you wronged.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to know that I wronged him.
Listen to me. You said that if you had it to do over, you'd do it right. I'm giving you that chance. Take it, or I'm gonna have to take it for you.
What's your favor?
Find a reason to cancel your trip on Friday. And if Louis Led ever tries to contact you after that, don't take his call.
Seems easy enough.
It is. Have a good night, Professor Gerard.
Here's the problem, Mr. Specter. I don't only talk a big game, I walk it. In ethics, it's not about never doing anything wrong. It's about making choices. And I'm not gonna let you make my choice for me. So go do whatever you're gonna do. But I'm not canceling my trip.
You didn't fail because we were always playing on borrowed time.
Mike.
Harvey, I wouldn't have any of this without you. I think it's time I cut your exposure.
You don't have to do that.
It's all gonna come crashing down anyway. I'm gonna go to Louis. I'm gonna resign, and I'm gonna beg him to let this whole thing go.
Then I'm going with you.
Harvey, when Trevor went to Jessica with my secret, I felt betrayed. I lost my closest friend in the world. And I know you don't like to admit it, but we're friends. And I'm not gonna betray my friend.
I used to hate this kind of thing.
What kind of thing?
Guest lectures. Hardman used to make us sit through them.
Except he gave tests afterwards.
Yeah, and if you didn't pass, you got stuck on doc review.
Goddamn Hardman.
You remember the Robinson case?
Sure do. 80,000 documents, 2 years of prep, 5 months in court.
And the Friday before trial started, he assigned you and I to proof everything.
You blew it off.
And you covered for me. You did your half and mine, then turned it in.
We would have fired you on the spot.
Exactly, and I'm here because you didn't sell out a friend then, but you're about to now.
Mike.
Me.
Friend?
Louis, I may not ever say it, but that's not because we aren't. We are. You know it. I know it. I just don't like to say it.
Last time I asked you, you said don't push it.
You knew I meant yes.
I did. So Mike told you.
He did.
What'd you say?
Doesn't matter. Bottom line is, I forgave him because I don't care what some stupid piece of paper says, and I want you to forgive him too.
Oh, Harvey, I did forgive him. I just can't cover it up for him.
You covered it up with Hardman for me.
What you did that weekend is not the same as what he did to Professor Gerard.
What's the same is Hardman wouldn't have let it go, and Gerard won't let it go. You make Mike confess, he might as well throw his life down the toilet.
Harvey, he didn't just betray us. He betrayed the law.
He did.
That's not right.
It isn't. But forgiveness isn't about right and wrong. Louis, I know you value the letter of the law, but what about its spirit? Because Mike embodies that spirit more than either one of us.
You said we're friends. A friend would not ask me to do this.
No, Louis. A friend just won't hold it against you if you don't.
Louis.
What the hell are you doing here? I told you I needed the Corel filings by lunch. You didn't get that done. So now you don't get to listen to this lecture. You do not get to listen to this Titan talk about legal ethics. You know something? You make me sick. So do me a quick favor and tell me sorry and get the hell out of here.
I'm sorry.
I accept your apology. But I'm not the aggrieved one here. Louis is.
Louis. I'm sorry.
Yeah.